各位同学，大家好。
Good evening, fellow practitioners.
这个德山宣鉴禅师，那他还蛮长寿的哦，他活到87岁。那他晚年的时候就视现这个病痛啊。那中国文化对这个长者是蛮敬重的，所以他认为这个祖师生病的时候，他是要现一种无常相给大家看，这样所以就用示现这2个字，而不会直接称呼他生病。那老禅师生病哦，所以弟子就很关心这样子。那当然有一些弟子就比较禅位走得比较这个禅位一点所以就趁这个机会问老和尚说，有没有不生病的人这样子那老和尚看到他你这么想要跟我玩，那没关系，我就跟他回答就说有然后弟子就继续问说，那如何是不生病的人这样子那弟子就很期待这样子结果老和尚就马上哎呦哎呦然后没多久老和尚就入涅槃了这样子。
So this Master Desan Xuanjian that we discussed earlier yesterday. So his master have lived for quite till a quite old age. He was at 87 years old. He lived for 87 years. So at his later years in his lifetime, he then showed or presented this signs of aging and signs of sickness. Because in this culture of this Chinese Buddhism, we have this we have this respectful approach towards this kind of signs that when these venerable masters at their old age or at their sickness, we kind of say that it's them purposely showing that to us as a teaching. So in Chinese Buddhism, we say they show that on purpose. So he was showing this old age or this sickness at this his later years in his lifetime. And then these disciples of his of course went up to show some care, was asking whether he's okay, something like that. So one of this student of his is more his question is more of a chant flavor. He asked Master Desan whether there is people that won't fall sick. So he asked this kind of question to Master Desan, and Master Desan heard this kind of question and he decided to play along, right? He answered, yes, there is. And then this, of course, after hearing this reply from Master Desan, this student of his is very excited. He wants to know more about this. And then Master Desan played a joke. He then entered nirvana, which means he passed away.
没有把哎呦哎呦翻出来。
Oh, yeah. Before he entered nirvana, he replied with ayo ayo. His expression ayo ayo, and then he then entered nirvana. Fasu reminded me to translate this ayo ayo to you all. It's just a sound. Ayo ayo.
你们全部都着相了，都中计了。
You all are caught in this conceptual thinking again.
那佛陀时代这个目犍连尊者有一个弟子生病，病得很重。佛陀时代有一个很护持僧团的这个医生他本来是这个频婆娑罗王的御医，那后来皈依了佛陀之后呢，他也把他自己的一个田地很大片这个芒果园，那就供养给佛陀做这个精舍。所以有一些经典，佛陀是在这个精舍里面讲经的。那他比较早舍报了然后他舍报之后，那目犍连尊者一个弟子，他因为生病，然后好像用这个人世间的这个方法治不了他的病，目犍连尊者就现神通，那知道这个奇婆就是这个神医奇婆，他是因为供养田地给佛陀当精舍，且义务的这个医治了很多的这个出家众，包括有一次佛陀这个脚受伤也是他医治的，所以他福报很大，就升到这个忉利天去享乐。那目犍连尊者上到忉利天之后呢，很快就看到这个这个天人非常豪华的这个队伍，然后从前面经过这样子那每一个天人都非常非常的高兴，非常非常快乐。那基本就没有任何一个天人在看着目犍连尊者这样。那其中就只有奇婆也是在这个队伍当中，那看到目犍尊者就只是朝他挥了挥手，然后又很开心的继续跟这个队伍走这样子。那目犍尊者因为是要去找这个奇婆问他这个弟子生病怎么医治的方法嘛，所以他就觉得说，好歹你也曾经是我的弟子他皈依在他门下这样子，结果见到你的老师竟然只是这个态度所以他用神通力让这个奇婆的这个车子队伍就停下来然后奇婆才在这个时候才跟那个目犍连尊者正式的行礼然后目犍连尊者当然有一点不高兴就是说你好歹也是我的弟子，然后竟然见到我你没有朝我的行礼是怎样怎样就讲了一堆这样子。然后奇婆呢，他就说尊者不是我不愿意你看刚才那么多人经过，只有我向你挥挥手，我已经算是很不错了。他就解释说没有办法，他在忉利天的业报就是每一秒钟都非常快的，都一直在想了，一直在想了，所以每个念头都是在受乐，所以他能够尽最大的心力朝这个目犍尊者挥手，已经算得很好了。这样，那所以奇婆尊者这样解释之后，目犍尊者知道之后，就问他这个弟子的生病的治病方法。这样，他回答也蛮有趣的他回答说：你这个弟子这个病只要断食几天就好了跟我们的继承师父一样所以丛林有一句话啦这个生病的时候叫病时以少食以不食或是吃很少的食物为良药就让这个身体做一个清净洁净这样子。那尊者既然也已经到了忉利天嘛所以他就也释放一个讯息啦跟这个奇婆讲说，那现在这个佛陀出世那你忉利天的这个天主如果有因缘的话，那也最好能够向佛陀请法这是千载难逢的机会这样子。结果呢这个天界他们也是很慎重的嘛不会说一个讯息来就直接回应，就这个忉利天的天主就再派一个他的天子想要再去确认一下完整的流程这样子。就这个天子他的这个天宫 就是有很多的很美丽的天女。那他也太享乐了，所以他动了3次念头，他都没有办法完成这件事情所以可以知道说，这个天界它这个受乐的程度是我们凡间很难以想象的
木建年叫他们去请法。
对。
So there is this time back in the Buddha's day, one of Buddha's disciple, one of Buddha's student is sick, heavily fall sick, having this heavy sickness, and then Buddha's time there is this Buddha's it's specially for Buddha. There's a doctor that is special for Buddha himself, and this doctor, his name is Jivaka, and Jivaka, he actually because he's quite a good doctor and he made a fortune, he has a lot of assets, and in the sutras we also know he offered one of his mango grove to Buddha for him to have a monastery there. So actually a lot of the sutras, Buddha is giving teachings, some of the sutras are at this mango grove that was being offered by Jivaka, this doctor. But because Jivaka, he actually passed away quite early, and then at that time, Venerable Moggallana, this elder disciples of the Buddha, he has this student of his that is also very ill, falling sick with this sickness. So most probably at that time there's no worldly means that can use as a cure for that illness that this student has. So he then used this Venerable Moggallana then used his psychic power to then go to this Deva realm, this space called Tavatimsa heaven. This Tavatimsa heaven, because this Dr. Jivaka is actually there after he's reborn at this Tavatimsa heaven, because he's offered the sanghas, and then he did a lot of meritorious deeds. He even there's a time in the sutras that even he actually cured Buddha's the Buddha's leg. There is a cut, I think, caused by this Devadatta. It was cured by this Dr. Jivaka. So all of this merits has caused him to have a good rebirth at this Tavatimsa heaven. So this Bhante or this Venerable Moggallana will have to go to Tavatimsa heaven to ask about this, is there any cure for his student's illness. So when Venerable Moggallana reached Tavatimsa heaven, he saw this devas or this divine beings. They are actually lining up with fleets of carts, right? 就是排着队，然后 with fleets of carts, a few hundred of carts, and 不知道去哪里。
Fancy car to join a party.
Oh yeah. they are going together for a party. So in a line, fleets with carts, and then a lot of these divine beings just lining up, going for a party. So Venerable Moggallana reached Tavatimsa and saw this whole scene. So all of these devas, all of these divine beings, they are too joyful. They are full of joy. That this joyous mind, no one actually paid much attention to Venerable Moggallana, and all of them are just busy lining up, having fun, very joyful. And then even when this disciple of the Buddha, or this Dr. Jivaka, even when Jivaka saw Moggallana, Venerable Moggallana, he also just waved his hands. It's not like a disciple or student or follower of a Buddha, we do prostration or something like that. Even he, as this sincere follower of the Buddha, Jivaka also just waved his hand and then continued along with this fleet of carts. So, Venerable Moggallana had this thought, hey, how come, you are a disciple of the Buddha and also considered as a student of mine also, and how come you are with this attitude when you meet with your teacher? It shouldn't be like that. So, with his psychic power again, Venerable Moggallana actually stopped the fleet of the carts, stopped them, and then this Jivaka have no choice but to get down from the cart, and then because the carts or this line is stopped, and then he get down and then do this complete prostration, and then this Venerable Moggallana then asked, why are you behaving like that as a student of mine or as a student of the Buddha? At least when you meet with Sangha members, you have to do this. You have to do this manners that you have to do this complete prostration, right? So Jivaka actually explained that he have no choice because of his condition of his mind at this Tavatimsa heaven. They are immersed. Their mind is immersed with too much joy and too much happiness that every thought that they have is immersing or indulging in this joy, and full of joy. So he said he's actually he's behaving with his fullest already to try and wave his hand, stop and wave his hand for a few seconds, and then go back to his whole condition of just immersing in this joy. So after his explanation, Venerable Moggallana was able to at least understand their whole situation. Then, of course, he then went on to ask whether there's cure for Venerable Moggallana's student's illness. And then, after Jivaka heard his explanation of his student's current situation, then Jivaka replied with just, "Oh, it's actually very easy for your student to be able to cure his illness. He'll just have to do fasting for a few days, just like Master Jichen is doing right now." So in this large monastic communities in China, there is this saying where if you fell sick or when it is with illness, the best cure is to eat less or don't eat at all, do fasting, something like that. So that was his reply. And then after that also, because of this opportunity of meeting this divine beings or this devas at the Tavatimsa heaven, so Venerable Moggallana also take the opportunity to give a suggestion to Jivaka, tell him that, hey, you should ask the leader of this space, this Tavatimsa heaven, this leader or your king of this heaven, to at least come down and ask for teachings from the Buddha. It's going to be auspicious. It's going to be a good opportunity for these beings at this Tavatimsa heaven to receive teachings from the Buddha. So then this, of course, they are also a bit more careful with this manners or this custom. So this leader of Tavatimsa heaven, after hearing the suggestion, he then decided to at least call one of his assistant, one of the beings also at Tavatimsa heaven, to then at least go to the human realm to at least get to know the details of this customs or manners that they have to be prepared for Buddha to come and give teachings. But this assistant of the leader of Tavatimsa heaven, because of his own situation also, he has this whole palace, and then with a lot of this goddess there, divine beings there, this beautiful goddess that he has there to accompany him, and he is also immersing in this full of joy kind of mind condition. So he himself, actually he tried to arise 3 times this thought of trying to complete this task given by the king of Tavatimsa heaven, but because of his whole situation of this joy immersing condition of his body and mind, even after arising these three thoughts of trying to complete this task, he still didn't complete the task given by this leader of Tavatimsa heaven. So we can see how these divine beings or these heavenly beings, these devas, their whole body and mind, they are completely immersed in this joyous sensations or this kind of condition that they have with their mind.
所以我们可以知道说，从佛经里面去谈到天界的时候，天人生活的情况，而且不只是如此还有这个佛弟子在上升往返的过程里面，然后去讲述到这些天人的生活。那前面有谈到说要跟大家介绍这个净土嘛，所以大体来讲，我们就先了解一下所谓的净土跟天堂有什么区别。不过似乎在我们这个基督宗教的系统里面谈到这个天堂，似乎就只有这个天父他所创造出来的这样的一个天堂。形容比较像一个花园这样子它里面没有太多的细节可以去参考。那当然这个听说这个但丁的这个神曲里面有做一些描述，但它也不属于经典，那反而是来自于在圣经有一些篇章大概有一些讯息，就是说那个地方是灵魂永远安息在这个他们神的荣光之下那个地方就是没有悲哀啦，然后没有哭嚎，然后没有疼痛这是他对天堂的描述。然后另外一个福音章里面，他甚至讲到说，如果你不借着我，那就是不借着这个上帝的这个力量呢，是没有人能够到那个地方去的。所以看来在西方宗教这边对往生到这个所谓的天堂的条件是比较严苛的。那佛教徒的这个天界那选择可就多了那谈到第一个，他不需要经过谁的同意那他基本是3个条件就是布施那财施、法施无畏施这主要的一个布施，然后再就是持戒你要持这个八关戒斋，或者是持这个居士的五戒或者是持菩萨戒甚至就是你是出家修行就持这个完整的这个具足戒那持好这个戒布施，然后持戒，那另外一个就是修禅定所以这3个又称之为能够确保人生跟这个天道生的这样的3种福报，所以又称之为3福行那这3福行里面呢如果你想要具体往生到哪一个天道就是它还可以有选择那大体来讲你如果是在想要往生到有社会结构我们刚才听到说这个天职天宫然后它的整个社会族群系统，这基本是属于这个欲界6天的这个范围里面就是你想要享受有这个社会结构的话那基本来讲离我们最近的这个天叫做四天王天那四天王天要往生去那边的条件就很简单第一个就是护持佛法然后守好基本的这个5戒那你就这个福报具足了，然后你的戒行也具足之后，就可以往生到那边去。那它大抵的环境来讲，就是它有这个水晶的这个宫殿但是因为它是天王嘛那它会受到这个阿修罗戒，因为跟它共用同一个戒，所以那会受到阿修罗戒的这样的一个侵扰这个是四天王天的这个等级。然后再来就 刚才谈到说，这个七婆他往生去的这个忉利天哦，那这个忉利天的条件就是还包含了这个孝顺这个父母然后尊敬这个师长然后还有这个条件就修建寺院所以我们看到七婆他供养这个芒果园就符合其中一个条件所以他就有这样的一个特别的要往生到哪一个天的条件。那这个天界大体来讲就是说他能够经常在那边享乐之外呢，他的寿命以人类的这个人间的这个地球的这个时间计算的话，它是3600万年已经是非常长寿的。那再来呢再上升到更高一层的这个天称之为焰摩天那他要特别强调的就是要把这个口业这个不妄语戒，然后不因为你的这个言语让别人伤害甚至你的遗言是让别人能够感受到这个温暖慈悲的那形式上面要很公正，要很廉洁那具备这样的一个条件呢那他可以往生到这个焰摩天。那它特殊的这个场景这天界场景就是讲是光明遍照，然后他们天人都是飞行自在自由自在，就比起刚才是天王忉利天那边还要坐车还要更进一步这样子那再来呢就是多帅天那多帅天有分内院跟外院，那我们先讲到外院的这个场景它就是精勤的这个累积功德这样子除了其他的这个福报是一层一层累积上来的这样子那修十善业道刚才前面是讲5戒嘛，那接下来这个是修十善业道然后再来呢就是这个化乐天那化乐天呢，它就是你经常用很多的这种种种的这个器具方便，然后去帮助别人，除了行善之外，你还额外的做了这些事情所以你就有这个福报能够享受到化乐天那他那边比较特别的一个点就是，你如果很喜欢这个音乐的话，那你动一个念头就会有这个无尽的这个天乐那天女天仙这样子然后就呈现出来，然后弹奏这个美妙的音乐给你听这个是这个第5层天。那第六层天是他化自在天嘛，那这个就是第一个就是说除了把这个十善业道守好之外呢，这个一定要完全的灭除你的这个嫉妒心然后能够经常帮别人完成这个事业那这些条件你能够有做好的话呢那你就能够到这个他化自在天。那他化自在天它有一个特色是，所有的乐你都能够在动念头的过程里面，然后它就幻化出来所以这是欲界的这个天界的这个享乐。那当然如果你不想要有这个社会结构，你就是想要很简单然后就是单纯受乐的这样的一个念头，就像禅定之乐这样子那你当然就可以修更相关的所谓的这个色界天的这个福报。那甚至你连念头都不想动连这个物质的部分你都想要减少的话，那你修的这个福报相应到这个什么无色界的时候，那就能够往生到这个所谓无色界的这个阶层。所以我们大概可以知道就是累积福报然后把这个戒行守好，那修禅定业之后就能够往生到这个天界。那看起来就是佛教徒所讲的这个天堂，那它的条件就没有那么的困难。但是要更正的一个部分是刚才在圣经里面有讲到，好像是它可以受到这个永恒的这个光等等。不过从佛教的角度来讲，它不然也就是说，这个我们知道有地水火风这4大的这一种灾害嘛 这4大的灾害它如果比较严重的时候，它其实是会影响到这个天界的，所以这个火也能够烧到这个天界去，这个地震也能够震到这个天界去，水灾、风灾都是可以。所以虽然它受热，但是它还是不是永恒的啊。虽然它有这个很长的这个寿命，但是它也还是有终止的一天啊。比如说我们大家在正道歌可能后面基层师傅有机会谈到的就是这个住相布施如果你是住相布施，然后你是为了得到这个功德等等，那你虽然有这个福报，但是怎么样？这福报享尽了之后就退堕下来，所以这是要我们在求生天道的时候，虽然是非常的快乐但是也稍微留意到，快乐到让你连动这个修行的机会连动这个修行的念头都没有。所以这也是我们讲这个天界，它也是我们讲有8难嘛，有8种要修学佛法很难的这个处境那这个生在这个长寿天那享乐的这个天里面想要修行，那大体来讲它是不容易的。所以这个部分虽然天堂很好但是呢也要特别留意这个只是受乐，但是没有机会修行这样子。
So we get to know this situations of this divine realms or this Deva realms from the sutras. We get to know the situation of how this divine beings, these Devas, are staying at this heavenly realms, and we can also see, sometimes this Buddha disciples, they also went up there and then they came back down and told the stories about how their life is there as divine beings. So yesterday and the day before yesterday also we have mentioned this concept of Pure Land in Buddhism, right? So let's kind of discuss a bit what is the difference between this Pure Land, this notion of Pure Land in Buddhism and this concept of heaven that we have. So of course in this doctrinal framework in Christianity, normally when we are speaking of this heaven, it is then only this Father of this or this God, the place that created by this God, this place called heaven, and in their sense or in their whole system in Christianity, there's only one heaven, which is this place that is created by God. Then there is also some descriptions that it is something like a garden, something like that. So 师父刚才提到但地是什么？
但丁，他是西方的这个等于是这个神学家。
但丁。Dantin. There's this scholars of that is very well versed with Christianity. There's this scholar from Western scholar called Dantin, I think. Dantin. Okay, yeah, should be that one. So he have a more description of this heaven, and also his information, I think, is mostly from the Gospels or the Bible. So there's this description of your that your soul can forever, eternally rest in peace at this heaven, and then you will have this godly or celestial light that is eternally will be shining or shining to you, and then there will be no sorrow, there will be no pain. So this is these descriptions that this scholar had gave, and then according to the Gospels, it is that only with the strength or the power of God that only you can be received or being born at this heaven, this place. No one else have that ability to get you there. So this is according to the gospel. So as we can see, for one, if we were to if we want to reborn in this heaven in the Christianity sense, we can see the rules are much more strict, and this conditions or this requirements is much more high, much more strict in a sense. It's harder for you to go there. It's difficult for you to go there. But if it's in when we are talking about in our Buddhism cosmology or our teachings, then we have so many options for you to choose from. Okay, first of all, we don't have to get agreement from anyone to go to that place or any of these options. That if you were to choose one from, just you only have to do a few important ones, which is you have to do dana, which is offerings, and then you have to hold precepts, keep precepts, observe these precepts. No matter it is these 5 precepts that we upasaka or upasika, these lay people keep, or these 8 precepts that we do one day and one night for those that want to experience a life as the monastic but don't have the chance to go forth as a monk, or even these precepts of bodhisattva precepts. You aspire to become to walk the bodhisattva path, you can keep these precepts, and or of course, if those that is in the monkhood, they have their own this bhikkhus or bhikkhunis precepts. So these precepts, you keep them. And then the last aspect would be this practicing samadhi or practicing concentration. So for Buddhists, if we want to go to these heavenly places, there's 3 things we have to do. We have to do offering. The offering part, Fasha also mentioned, there's 3 different offerings. For example, material offerings, and then this
Dharma.
Dharma offering, Dharma dana, and then abhyaya offering, which is the fearlessness offering. So there's 3 types. So offering, precepts, and concentration, samadhi. So you can see these three different, we call them 3 fields of merits: offering, precepts, and concentration practices. So these are the 3 foundational practices for us to accumulate merits, so that we can at least secure our life form as a human being or as a heavenly being in the Buddhism teachings. So these 3 fields of merit is the foundational practice for us to go to these heavenly places. And then if you want to choose from these options that we have, there's actually a lot of options. So for example, if you are still looking for some place where there is still a societal structure, there is still like what we have at Tawatingsa Heaven, there is still king, there is still servants, and the one that is being served, this kind of societal structure, then we have also places like that, which we call at the desire realm. There's 6 heavens at the desire realm. So the first one is we call this Chatu Maharajika heaven. This place is where the 4 guardian kings is residing at this realm. So Fasiden actually listed out every realm that there is in every space of that heaven at that realm, and what are the requirements. So I'll go through this one by one. So this place, the very first one that is closest to the human realm, is this Chatu Maharajika heaven, where the requirements is that you have to support support in any means the propagation, or support in any means Buddhism, support in any means the Buddha Dharma. So you have to support or assist. So only doing that you get to, if you want to or you aspire to go to this place, then you get to stay at this Chatumarajika heaven. 师父如果讲错你补充。Okay. So then after Chatumarajika heaven, the next one is where that place at Chatumarajika heaven, there is cons of it because they are sharing this space, this living space with the other type of sentient being, which is, if you all know, this beings called Asura. So this Asura, they are sharing this space with them. So they are sometimes being invaded by Asuras, this Asura beings, if you are staying at this Chatumarajika heaven. And then next up, after Chatumarajika heaven, we have this place where Jivaka is staying at, and which is what we call Tavatimsa heaven. So at this heaven, the requirements is that you have to be obedient to your parents, and then you have to be respectful to your teachers, and then 护持僧团, and then you have to support the Sangha, the monastics order. So either of these as the requirements for you to be able to born to this Tavatimsa heaven. So as we can see, Jivaka, he continuously, consistently support the Sangha order. So he fulfilled one of the requirements to be able to reborn at this Tavatimsa heaven. So after Tavatimsa heaven, we have this place called the Yama, the Yama realm, or this Yama space. So this space, the requirements is that you have to have clean, your speech karma have to be very pure. That means you don't lie, you don't slander, you don't, when your speeches is not hurting anyone, and you're not causing anyone into a fight with your words. And then your actions, you have to be a very well-behaved person, and you are fair when you are dealing with this affairs that you have. So if you are a person like that, then you can be reborn in this Yama heaven, where at there it is your whole situation, your whole body and mind will be something like a light, and you are free to so-called teleport or fly around. So unlike those beings that is at Tavatimsa heaven, we saw they're still lining up with these cards, right? But if you are at this Yama heaven, you can just teleport or fly around inside because your body is a light. So after this Yama heaven, we have this Tusita heaven. So this Tusita, there is so-called the inner part of Tusita. It's like there's a courtyard, and if you are inside of that space, it's called the inner part of the Tusita heaven. And if you're outside of the court, then it's the outer part of this Tusita heaven. So this place, at least you have to make good practices of this 10 virtuous deeds, or this 10 virtuous karmic paths, as we call. So if you get to practice really well this 10 virtuous deeds, then you get to be reborn at the Tusita heaven. And then after Tusita heaven, there is this place called Nimanarati. This Nimanarati heaven is where, if you, other than just doing all these virtuous deeds, you also use all kinds of means or tools to help others, all kinds of expedient means to help others. You are very helpful. And if you are that kind of person, on top of the foundation of you have already well practiced this 10 virtuous deeds, you get to be reborn at this Nimanarati heaven. And this place, there's a special place. This place is, if you are someone that is in love with music, you really like music, this place, if you have arised this thought of you want to hear music, then immediately there will be this celestial music being played by these beings there for you to enjoy. So this is the situation that we have in Nimaranarati. And then the next one, that is the highest one at desire realm already, at the heavenly space, the six heavens, right? So this is the highest at the desire realm, which is we call the Paranirmitava Savartin. So this place is the highest desire heaven, and other than 10 virtuous deeds, you have to even cut off this this envious heart that you are envy of. If you are someone who is envy of others, you have to, on top of 10 virtuous deeds, you have to furthermore cut off this envious kind of mind. So you, for example, you always help out others in completing their jobs or their tasks. Help others to excel in their career. So if you get to cut off even further this envious kind of thought, this habitual tendency, then you get to be reborn at this Paranirmitava Savartin heaven, where at this place all of this enjoyment that you have is just a thought away. That means you arise a thought, and all of this it'll just emerge. If, for example, you want clothes or food or anything like that, it'll just come out. So these are the six heavenly space that we have in desire realm. So that's moving on. If you further you're chasing after somewhere where there is no societal structure at all, so we are talking about something outside of desire realm already. So there's this form realm, the rupa realm. So this form realm, it is for people that is that resonates well with samadhi. So if you have trained or practiced your concentration well, then you can then be reborn at this form realm, and there is no desire here, and you don't have societal structure there. So, or even furthermore, you even don't want to have thoughts anymore. That means this coarse thoughts, not just immersing or indulging in this samadhi joy. Even thoughts also, you don't want to have any of those. Then even this materialistic kind of blessings also, you don't wish to have all those. You just want to be without thoughts. So that is even further, which is this heavens of the formless realm, or the arupa realm. So we can see in Buddhism there is actually many options. Vasudeva mentioned the options in form realms and formless realms. There's still a lot. So if you as inside of the Buddhist teachings, as long as you accumulate these merits and you practice well your 10 virtuous deeds, then you can already go to these heavens that we have just listed out there. So you don't have to get agreement from anyone. And just now we talk about in the Bible or the Gospels, there's about this eternal light or something eternal. Actually, to us as Buddhists, in the Buddhist teachings, it doesn't seem to be that way. It's actually impossible for things to be permanent there, because we always talk about in the sutras there is catastrophic events that is got to do with the earth, water, fire, and wind. There's 4 types of catastrophic events that will appear inside of these 3 realms that we have. And sometimes when this catastrophic events is deadly enough, it may affect the heavenly realm actually. For example, this tsunamis or this fire, sometimes it is deadly enough, it will actually affect until this heavenly realms that we mentioned just now. So even in these heavenly beings that their joy that they are enjoying, their blessings that they are enjoying, it's not eternal actually to them. So, and to Buddhists, in the Buddhist teachings, their life there will also be an end to their life. So also in this Song of Enlightenment, Master Ji-Cheng will have chance to talk about it later, because it's in a stanza. When we are talking about giving offerings with attachment and not giving offerings without attachment, because in this stanza it says that if you give offerings with attachment, even with you earn these blessings of heavenly birth, you will being thrown down again like shooting an arrow into the sky. It's just that you gain these blessings to this heaven, and then after your lifespan that ends, then you will drop back down. It's like shooting an arrow into the sky only. So the joy that you earn if you do all these blessings to Buddhist teachings, after you earn and you get to reborn in this heavenly realms, you will eventually fall down again. So there is this 8 different difficulties or 8 unfavorable rebirths that in the Buddhist teachings we also teach about. It refers to these 8 unfavorable conditions that prevent beings from encountering the Buddhist teachings. So in these 8 unfavorable conditions, there is actually one of it, which is being reborn in this long life heaven, or this heaven that we have mentioned just now, because it'll make you even harder you'll have a lot of obstructions in encountering the Buddha's teachings if you're there. For example, you're immersed in this joyful condition that you can't really have another thought in trying to learn Buddha Dharma. So it doesn't seem to us that the heavenly realms is that good as compared to what it is to a more commonly known notion of the heaven in Christianity.
不知道这样讲完之后，大家有没有想要去天堂那天堂跟佛国的净土它就有很大的不同第一个最主要的不同就是天堂它是因为你的业报然后享乐去的，但佛国的净土就是随着你的愿力跟修行而去的。那佛国净土它当然就不会再受到这个地水火风的灾害的这个影响，它的这个建设起来就是远离了人间的种种所有的这个烦恼。那讲到净土呢，一般来讲，这个我们佛教徒大抵来讲会有几个净土，那最让这个整个中华民族最耳熟能详的，其实是这个阿弥陀佛的极乐世界。那甚至在中国有一个类似这样的一个说法，就是说，可能你在中国讲释迦牟尼佛还不见得有所有的人都知道，但是在中国你只要讲阿弥陀佛，基本所有人都知道。那这也是为什么在我们汉传佛教那见面的时候，然后互相问候都会讲这个阿弥陀佛。那其实它的本意就是除了提醒你念佛之外，它也是把阿弥陀佛的这个无量的光明，然后跟无量的寿命祝福给对方，所以是一个非常好的一个祝福语。这样，那谈到阿弥陀佛的净土，那当然它其来有自就是佛陀他每次说法绝大多数都是因为有一些现象然后弟子看到之后，然后就请问佛，然后佛就借由这样的一个因缘，然后就把这本经或这部法就把它讲出来。那阿弥陀经呢是非常少数的，就是当大家结合好之后，那佛陀没有人问，然后他就直接讲出来了所以这是一个蛮特别的经典。但是跟净土相关，然后跟阿弥陀佛相合集的来讲，基本上是有3部经典，就有所谓的阿弥陀经，然后这个无量寿经跟观无量寿经这3部，但是讲的都是 阿弥陀佛的这个极乐世界，但是着重的点啊是不大一样的。那我们先来梳理一下。这个佛陀呢，他在讲这个无量寿经的时候，他是在我们前几天有听到的这个灵鹫山这个灵山会上。那佛陀在这个王舍城的这个灵鹫山跟大比丘众、大菩萨众聚集在一起这样子。那个时候佛陀呢，就身上这个放出了这个光这样子。其实每次佛陀在说法都会放光，然后弟子就会借这个因缘说佛陀以何因缘放光这样。那这次的请法者是这个阿难，阿难尊者看到佛陀头上放光就请示佛陀说为什么会放光这样子。然后阿难这样问，佛陀就说阿难你问得真好那你这样这一问可以饶益到一切的这个天跟人这样子所以佛陀就开始讲这个在过去那曾经有一尊佛，他的名字叫做世自在王佛那这个世自在王佛，他在出世的时候呢，就有一个国王，他听闻到这个世自王佛说法的时候，就非常非常的欢喜，所以这国王他就舍弃这个王位，他出家了。他出家之后，他的这个名称他叫做法藏法藏比丘这样子那法藏比丘呢，他就赞叹世自在王佛的这个种种功德然后由于他的这样的一个愿力，所以他这个发下了这个悟劫那就在进入这个禅定思维这样子那透有这个佛的这个愿力跟他这个禅定思维相结合之后，他摄取了210亿210亿的，就是这个诸佛刹土的这个最殊胜的这些特点就是等于是他花了5劫的时间，然后把这些佛国净土最好最殊胜的这个条件，然后把它合集起来，然后合集成48个愿望那这个法藏比丘就依这48个愿望为修行，然后成就了一个佛土。那这个佛土呢，就叫做这个阿弥陀佛的这个极乐世界那佛陀告诉阿难说，阿弥陀佛这个法藏比丘他现在已经成佛了已经成佛，就是说他已经成就了他的这个修行那所以依着这48个愿望呢就能够往生到这个极乐世界去那极乐世界它除了是以刚才这个天界里面最高等级的这个景象，把它硬体把它复制过来呢之外其中有几个特别的地方就是它自然这个自然生出这个7宝，然后没有恶道恶道就是三恶道我们知道说这个人有6道嘛就有所谓的下三道那没有这三恶道，然后也没有这个适时的寒热就是不会这个极冷冷到非常冷，然后也不会极热热到非常热这样子。然后呢，它的在那边的众生就是光明无量，然后寿命无边，然后身心清净这个身跟心非常的清净衣食随念即至，就是说他的所有需要只要动个念头，然后就会出现。那这边有一个特点，是因为是阿弥陀佛他建设出来，然后接引众生，希望去能够那边，是你可以讲说它等于是一个最极致的，然后最方便的一所这个修行的这个大学那我们知道说这个大学生最喜欢什么就喜欢玩乐嘛，对不对？所以这个重新升到这个极乐世界的时候，会有个条件，就是你的身体会转成这个莲花化身 那这个莲花化身呢，你就没有所谓的这一种男女欲乐之相哦，不然你去到那边又有所谓的男女欲乐，那它就跟天界是相同了哦。天界它是有男女相，然后可以有它的这个亲属等等的这些，但是在极乐世界它就没有这样的一个男女相，也没有男女欲的这样的一个念头，所以它就是纯粹在那边是能够享受一切最乐最殊胜的，但是排除这个男女欲乐这样子。然后在这个地方呢，就是你所听到、你所见到、你所看到的种种的环境，都是阿弥陀佛他示现变化出来的。那变化出来，你所见到、你所听到的每个念头，都会相应到这个阿弥陀佛他所说的法。那这个跟在天界就不一样，天界是享乐，但是在这边呢是受这个听法这个法乐那就不一样哦。那大抵来讲这48个愿望我大概把它分成5个类别啦哈。那第一个类别就是它呈现出来就是这个国土的庄严它有多庄严那它比如说没有地狱没有恶鬼，没有畜生，这三恶道这样子。然后再来它是不退堕的。所以不退堕的意思是，刚才这个天界可能你福报结束之后，你可能就直接掉下来那可能不一定只是掉到人道你可能会直接掉到畜生道，或是直接掉到地狱的。但是在佛国净土就只有前进，没有后退所以这个是一个非常殊胜的一个保证然后再来就是国中所有人的这个身都是除了莲花化身之外，它是这个金色身这样子然后呢这个天形天色无有差别，就是大家长出来呢这个很有意思就长出来你是你，他是他但是呢又是一样的。那一样里面你又知道你是你，你是他他是他这样子，这是让他们没有这个分别心在这上面所以一个很特别的一个地方。然后呢，国土一切万物都是宝香合成然后这个香就是这个国土除了这个金沙铺地之外，然后还有这个非常珍宝的这个香它所合集而成的这样子那大体来讲，它的这个硬体建设是这个状态。然后呢，还有就是我刚才讲说天医跟天时是随时而至的嘛然后再来就是第二大类的分别就是那边的这个众生他所呈现出来的一个特殊的一个地点就是有6神通这个我们知道这个宿命天眼天耳他心在这边所有的众生都具备这样的一个条件。然后另外一个就是说，他不会起这个贪心虽然是你动念头就是什么都有这样子，但是他不会去起任何的这个贪心然后再来呢，他正定具就是他的念头，他是在正念跟正定当中一直到他怎么样达到这个所谓不退转的这个位阶。所以可以看到他整个过程都是在清净跟精进的修行的这个状态。然后呢这个佛光遍照，就是佛的从身上的光这个比太阳还要这个照射范围还要广，这整个国土都是光明无量，是由阿弥陀佛的光所去照射出来的。然后佛跟所有的众生的寿命是无量的。然后呢，十方的众生只要听到佛的名字，就能够得到这个无生法忍就是得到这个不生不灭的这样的一个正道法这样子。然后呢，如果能够蒙到这个佛光这个佛光刚才讲说佛光照耀无限，对不对？那佛光去照耀他身心的时候呢，你的身心就是非常的柔软，然后非常的安乐那再来就是国中的菩萨随愿随你的念头，随这个愿 能够听闻到一切的法。你只要想要听闻哪一种法，你这个念头一动，这个刚才讲说这个宝树啊，然后这个各种的这个鸟啊、孔雀啊、鹦鹉啊，然后这个铃啊等等吹奏出来的就相应到你想要听到的这个法。然后再来呢，这个佛陀阿弥陀佛他这个刚才讲是在那边这个众生他的这个所谓的正报生的正报。那再来就是阿弥陀佛他发的这个愿对我们众生那他接引的这个形态啦这个愿也可以讲说它是48个愿里面的非常重要的一个，也可以称之为愿王啦。就是说十方的众生啦只要听到这个愿，那就听到这个国土这么的殊胜，然后你动了一个念头，这么好的地方我想去而且你是虔诚的想去那乃至10个念头所以就谈到这个10念往生就是从这里来的嘛。那即得往生，所以这个愿非常的重要然后再来就是，如果你是发菩提心，刚才修天界也是这样嘛，天界没有特别谈到菩提心但是在这个要往生佛国净土，就是要发菩提心帮助众生的心那修功德，那临命终的时候也能够蒙到这个阿弥陀佛的这个接引。然后再来呢，就是你听到这个名称然后细念就是持续的念这个佛号然后而且你回向就是你除了念佛之外，你还回向说我要往生到这个地方那也能够成就就不只是你的这个思念，你平常累积的这样一个念，然后你要把它往生到回向到你可以到这个极乐世界，那这样的一个回向可以的。然后再来呢，就是听闻佛的名号而且呢，听闻佛的名号之后，然后你意念起这个极乐国土的种种的这个庄严那种种庄严，那你在这个现在这个地方，你就一直在累积要往生到那边的这个条件那这样也是可以就是往生到这个极乐世界去。然后再来呢，就是说到那个地方去这刚才是接引佛的本愿，要接引众生去，然后再来讲说在那个地方已经在那个地方的这个菩萨的这个行愿就是说如果其他地方的这个菩萨，然后有因缘也想要去极乐世界的话那这样的菩萨他只要到极乐世界去的话，他的条件就是一定会到这个一生补处。所以一生补处的意思就是修行到最后的位阶也就是其实如果从这个现实的角度来谈，就是说你就会进入到这个所谓的兜率内院。那那边清净修行之后，就如同这个弥勒菩萨一样，当来下生成为下一个娑婆世界的另外一位成佛者这样子。然后这个有意思的地方这是我非常欣赏的这个极乐世界的殊胜之处，就是说如果你比如说听到阿弥陀佛他说法，然后说到哪一个国土比如说讲到这个药师佛的这个世界有多殊胜多殊胜，那你听完之后非常的欢喜，你就想要去看看有点像是这个参学嘛，我们前几天正道哥谈到的这个参学，你想去，那你动了念头就去动念头就去。而且呢这个设定不同的经典它的设定就是你去的时候觉得两手空空有点不好意思那你动念头，然后天上就飘下来这个天花，那你就把你的衣把这个天花接住把这个天花接住之后， 然后把这个天花就可以到其他的国土前，然后用这个天花去供养你所要听闻的这个佛说法，然后你供养给他这样子。然后听完佛法之后呢，你回到这边，你回来到这个阿弥陀佛的极乐世界。然后你吃完东西之后，你散步经行，然后你就思维这个佛陀刚才另外一尊佛跟你讲的这个法义然后你就消化，然后吸收这样子。然后除了这样子之外呢，你在那边具备的这个条件是你具备演说一切智前面讲到这个善说嘛，你能够说一切的法，这样子就是你的这个说法的口才也不断的在这个累积当中然后还有这个那边的这个菩萨他所得到的这个身体叫做金刚那罗延身，这是非常坚固的，它不会生病，它不会被毁坏这样子然后呢，这个另外一个殊胜的地方就是，只要你一听到阿弥陀佛这4个字，已经知道菩萨位阶了，听到阿弥陀佛这4个字，那从此你的修行就不会退转不退转这样子然后再来就是听到这个名字之后，可以得到这个生人无生人这第一、第二、三的这个法人这样子。然后能够经常的去见到诸佛这是往生到那边的这个菩萨能够经常做对其他的佛国净土那互相连接的这个事情然后最后一个是强调阿弥陀佛的这个名号跟他的这个光明的这个功德啦这个就是佛光遍照无量佛土，然后佛及人天寿命无量，然后还有一个很特别的地方是十方的诸佛都非常的称赞阿弥陀佛这也是很特别一点十方诸佛都会称赞阿弥陀佛，然后鼓励这个众生如果听到相应的话，要鼓励你要往生到这个极乐世界去这样子那这大体来讲就把这个48个愿，然后分5个类别然后去把它做这个说明那这里谈到就是说，要往生到这个极乐世界，它要具备这个信愿行嘛那基诚师父经常在开示的时候跟我们讲说，我们在修行的时候要去排除这一种就是情感上的这种迷惑然后还有一种就是在理智上的这个迷惑，然后还有在意志上的这个迷惑。那事实上这个情感、理智跟意志，它就是我们心经里面非常熟悉的，我们在5蕴里面的这个什么受，还有想，还有行。所以当你这个信愿行，其实也就是受想行这3个方向都在同一个方向，那你听闻之后就是哇，有这么殊胜的一个佛国净土，那我想要去。那想要去的时候是一个念头，对不对？你感受到很欢喜这个情感上感受到很欢喜，然后想你知道了，你在意念上在知识上你认同了，那最后就一个是什么？是意志上的、行为上的。那持续的把这3个方向持续朝这个目标去前进。那比如说你听到之后听闻10个正念，然后听闻你能够这个经常赞叹这个阿弥陀佛的这个净土，然后学习阿弥陀佛的这个慈悲柔软等等这些，你把它当成一件你生命里面非常重要的事在做，甚至你每做的一件善事，每做的一个欢喜心，你都希望能够帮助你回向往生到极乐世界这称之为回小向大。小小的善行你都做，然后做的时候都是希望能够帮助你成就往生极乐世界，你就一直在累积，一直在累积。所以在心愿行、受想行，然后情感、认知跟意志上这3个方向都一直不断的去累积的时候，那这股力量就能够帮助你真实的往生到极乐世界去。
Fashi's sharing was very profound just now. I wish I won't ruin his sharing, and I might need help if I made some mistake. Please, those that understand Chinese can remind me, because I think the teachings that just now is important. So after we have gone through this situations that we have talked about in this heavenly realms, I don't know if any of you have this desire of wanting to be reborn at this heaven, this heavenly realms. But actually, in fact, this realms is very much different with this Pure Lands, or this Sukhavatis, this Pure Lands of Buddhas. There is a big difference. For this heavenly realms, it's where you go there because of your own karmic force, because of your own karma, your own actions, your own deeds. Then you are being reborn to there, and you are there just to receive, so-called receive this rewards of your karmic force or your karmas. So you're there to enjoy. While this versus Pure Lands is you go there with the strength of your vow. You go there because you want to practice there. You go there because of your vows. So it's very much different. One is karmic force. It's something like you are more passive. One is more active. So and then of course when we are talking about this Pure Lands, the Sukhavatis, there is no catastrophic. There is no catastrophe there. No this kind of events there, and it's a very conducive environment for you to practice there. So when we are talking about this Sukhavati, or this Pure Lands in the Buddhist teaching, there is a few, of course, but the one that is very well known, especially in China or in Chinese Buddhism or in the Chinese culture, is the Pure Land of Amitabha. This Amitabha Pure Land. Because there is a situation or scenario in a phenomenon in China, where if you go to China, not everyone actually will know the name of Sakyamuni Buddha actually, but this Buddha's name that we will all know in China, all the Chinese will know, is the name of Amitabha Buddha. Everyone will know this name. So that is why in Chinese Buddhism, when we greet each other, we use this Amito for Amitabha Buddha in sense, because Amita, this word Amita, it means eternal light and eternal life. So boundless light and eternal life. So when you are greeting each other with this Amitabha Buddha, it means you are wishing this person that you greet eternal life and also boundless light, which represent wisdom. So it's a wish that you give when you greet each other with Amitabha Buddha. So, well, when we are talking about this Amitabha Buddha, back in the days in the Buddha's time, when a Buddha give teachings, it's normally when the Buddha, he saw some phenomenon, and then there will be a disciple of his or students of the Buddha will then maybe ask a question or ask for the Buddha to give some teachings. Then only the Buddha will start to give these teachings. But this is a very special occasion actually in the Amitabha Sutra, is that after all they are having this, they gathered, the Sangha members, they gathered at a place, and then the Buddha was sitting there, and the Buddha himself spoke before anyone else asked for teachings, and he then teach this very special sutra that we mentioned, this Amitabha Sutra. So when we are talking about this Pure Land tradition, or this teachings of the Pure Land tradition in Buddhism, there is a few, three actually important sutras that is being used in this Pure Land teachings. The first one is what we know, this Amitabha Sutra, And then the second one, if the direct translation is Infinite Life Sutra or the Sukhavati Vyuha Sutra. And then the third one is Amitayu Dhyana Sutra, or English translation by some of the scholars, they translate it as the Meditation Sutra. So three of them, they all explain very detailedly about this Pure Land, or this land of eternal bliss of Amitabha Buddha, but their focus point or things that they emphasize is different in these three different sutras. So when the Buddha was preaching or giving these teachings about this Sukhavati Vyuha Sutra, or this Infinite Life Sutra, it was at this Vulture Peak that we mentioned a few days ago during Master Jisen's talk, this Vulture Peak back at Rajagaha. And so there's this description in the sutra at that time at this Vulture Peak. There is crowds of this bhikkhus, the disciples of the Buddha, and also this Maha Bhikkhus, is elder disciples, this Maha Bodhisattvas, Bodhisattva Mahasattva, which means this very highly attained bodhisattvas that will also gathered there. And then Buddha was emitting this radiant light. So in fact, actually every time when Buddha start to give a talk, he'll emit lights, radiant lights from his forehead, and then the top of his head. Then when he emits light, then normally then the student will know that Buddha have something to some teachings to give. Then the students will ask, hey, no, not hey, they'll ask Buddha, is there any teachings or what is the causes and why are you emitting this light? So at that time, this disciple that asked why Buddha was emitting the radiant light was Venerable Ananda. So Venerable Ananda then asked Buddha, why are you emitting such auspicious, such miraculous, amazing light, wonderful light? Yeah, I'm emitting that. Then the Buddha said, Sadhu, excellent Ananda, that you are asking this because of this causes and condition that you ask, it will benefit all sentient beings, a lot of this devas, this humans, all of the sentient beings, because of this causes and condition that you've done asking this question. Then the Buddha moved on to then started to talk about his teachings, which is this teaching of this Sukhavati Vyuha Sutra. Buddha said in past, a lot of aeons ago, there is this Buddha, his name is Ishwara Raja Buddha, and that means at that period of time they name it the time of Ishwara Raja Buddha. And at that time there is this king of empire, this emperor, this king. He was very inspired, or he loved this Dhamma teachings a lot, and ended up being renounced or going forth as a monk. And after going forth as a monk, his name is Dharmakara. This Bhikkhu Dharmakara was his monk's name. So Bhikkhu Dharmakara was at the time a bhikkhu or a monk during the time of Ishwara Raja's Buddha time. So this Bhikkhu Dharmakara, then he was having this we call dhyana contemplation, which means he's in this state of dhyana and he is contemplating, and he resonate or merge with the Ishwara Raja Buddha. And the Ishwara Raja Buddha actually showed, I think, showed 21 billion Buddha's land. So all of the scenarios at different Buddha's land, the Buddha Iswara Raja actually showed Dhammakara inside of this their dhyana, inside of this samadhi dhyana realm. He showed, probably showing like a projector, 21 billion Buddhas land. Then this Bhikkhu Dhammakara, he then actually combined or compiled all, he sort of like, he referred to this 21 billion Buddha lands that he have witnessed in his dhyana that was showed by Buddha Iswara Raja to, he referred to them and then sort of had an idea of his own Pure Land, which he then compiled into his 48 vows that he actually aspired that when he become Buddha, he have to fulfill this 48 vows, which is focusing on creating this Sukhavati or this Pure Land that was referring to all these 21 billions Buddha lands. So it was then compiled and being created as this place, which is we know this eternal bliss, this land of eternal bliss, this Pure Land of Amitabha Buddha. So then after explaining this whole background of the story, then the Buddha then tell Venerable Ananda, you know, now Bhikkhu Dhammakara has already became a Buddha, and his name is Amitabha Buddha. And if you follow this the contents of this 48 vows to practice, then you'll be able to, or sentient beings, if they follow this 48 vows in their practice, they will be then able to be reborn at the land of Amitabha Buddha. So this place, this Sukhavati of Amitabha Buddha, it's not just, they have not only we call the highest levels or highest standard of these infrastructures that we were talking about just now in the heavenly realms that we talk of just now, we discussed of just now. All those highest standards of those are there. Not only those, of course, those are being duplicated there as the infrastructure at that Pure Land. But what's special at this place is that this place is full of 7 jewels. This 7 jewels is being decorated all around this place. Lapis lazuli, this diamonds, this 7 different jewels that was mentioned in all the Mahayana sutras. And then there is no evil realms there. Which evil realms, it consists of this hungry ghost, this hungry ghost, hell realm, and the animal realm. These 2 realms is this realm does not exist at this land of Amitabha's Buddha. And then at that place there is no extreme cold, there is no extreme heat, extreme hot. So that place is at this most optimal temperature. You feel very comfortable. And then that place, the Buddha at that land had this boundless light that is emitting, and it actually that emit this light that shines over this whole land, and then the life of this lifespan of this sentient beings or beings that is living there has boundless eternal lifespan also, this boundless life. And their food and what they wear, all this, they appear as wished. This food and clothing appear as wished. So after listening to this, it feels more like a university or campus for you to practice there. So it feels more like a campus, a university campus. So, but we all know as university students, all we like at campus is to have fun. So, but at there as this, if you were born as beings at this university for you to practice at there, you are actually being reborn inside of this lotus, or we call lotus birth, when you're reborn in this Pure Land. And if you are born with this lotus birth, you don't have this so-called sensual desires because of this whole body that you are being reborn in through this lotus bliss. You don't have this sensual desire, you don't have this sexual desire between men and women that we have in our worldly setting. So it's not like what we have in the heavenly realms. There are still differentiation of genders there, and they still have these sexual desires, these sensual desires. But if you are reborn there in this lotus birth, you don't have the sensual pleasures, the sensual desires. And then the good thing, there's something special, very special, is if you are reborn there and you, whatever that you can, whatever that you see or whatever that you hear at that land, it's all this the representation of Amitabha Buddha. Whatever that you see, the scenes, these flowers, these trees, the birds there, these are all the representation or the manifestation, the manifestation of Amitabha Buddha. So that means whatever you see or whatever you hear there, and if you resonate with them, you are actually resonating or connecting with Amitabha Buddha, with his dharma, with his teachings. So whatever joy that you feel there, it's dharma joy, it's dhamma joy. So and these are we can say the infrastructures that we have there. And then if we were to detailedly speak about this 48 vows, we can actually categorize them into 5 different categories. So the first one, is if you get to be born there, you will be, once you're reborn, you will never fall back. One never falls back. So there's this term called non-retrogression. It means after you are being born at this pure land, there is only proceeding or progressing in your practice. You won't fall back. It's not like what we have in the heavenly realm. So once you're born there, never fall back. And then when you are being born there, you will have this body. This body's name is Vajra Narayana body. This it's Vajra means diamond heart, or a more accurate translation would be indestructible Narayana body. Narayana is divine, so you have this diamond heart, divine physique that you have, Vajra Narayana body. So if you are being you're lotus born and you're being born at there, you will have this Vajra Narayana body. And this very interesting thing is that this Vajra Narayana body, everyone's body is similar. It's look exactly the same. But the thing is, you are still you, and the others are still others. But you look very similar, almost 100% the same. But at the same time, also you'll know that Fa Shi is Fa Shi. I am me, and you get to differentiate who is who. But all of them look the same with the same body, this Vajra Narayana body. So, which in a sense they don't have this discriminating kind of mind at that place, but they still get to recognize. They still have this distinction functions. They can still distinct. So they have this kind of diamond heart, divine physique, and then this whole kingdom that they have at this land, it was all being decorated or being piled up with all of this different golds, different jewels that we've mentioned, the 7 different jewels. So these are briefly the infrastructures of the Pure Land. And then of course we've mentioned their clothes and their food and their clothing is appeared as wish. So these are the infrastructures, and then we move on. Of course, this place, they all have this psychic powers. They are all born with supernatural powers. They are born endowed with this supernatural powers when they born at the Pure Land of Amitabha Buddha. Now, it's this physics, psychic powers like divine eye. Okay. There's there's divine eye, divine ear, mind reading, all these 5 different supernatural powers that they have at this land. Then they have all these supernatural powers, and then they also, these beings at the Pure Land of Amitabha Buddha, they won't have this sense of desire or greed. They don't have greed inside of their mind. They won't arise this thought of greed at there. Then and they are always in this right mindfulness. Their thoughts are always in this right mindfulness, and we can see that this whole scenario that we see, their thoughts are always in right mindfulness, or always in this diligence. They are always diligently trying to practice. And then the Buddha light, this Buddha light is shining all over this boundless space of this Pure Land of eternal bliss of Amitabha Buddha. And then the lifespan of the Buddha there and the lifespan of this Deva or human beings there is eternal, it's boundless. And then when this sentient beings from 10 directions, if they get to listen or hear this name of Amitabha Buddha, they get to then have this Wusang Faran, which is they'll have this patience, neither clings to nor rejects any dharma, which means they won't have this greed. They won't unborn and undead. That means they will have this realization of birthlessness once if these sentient beings from all 10 directions get to listen to the name of Amitabha Buddha. And then if your body is being shined by this radiant light of Amitabha Buddha, you'll feel this softness or this very comfortable, calm and peaceful kind of joy that you'll feel if you are being shined by this light from Amitabha Buddha. And if we are talking about this bodhisattvas there is also bodhisattva beings there. So if this bodhisattva, for example, from different, they are living there, and if according to their own wishes they want to listen to different contents, different teachings, if they want to listen to specific teachings, all this jewel trees, this auspicious trees, or this forest, or this birds there, or the wind when it blows, or the sounds that is made out of this shiverings of this leaves of the tree, all the sounds, they are actually giving Dharma teachings. So when this bodhisattva, they wish to hear certain teachings, then this whole place, they will have these teachings being given to them through this kind of representation. So these are those beings are there, and next up we'll talk about how these beings are being accepted or being guided to this Pure Land of Amitabha. So this vow right here from all of these 48 vows is the most important or some would say it as the king of the vows, king of this 48 vows, is where this sentient beings, once they've heard my name, they have heard about this place, and they aspire that they want to be reborn or want to be born as this Sukhavati of mine or this Sukhavati of Amitabha Buddha. They have this thought until to an extent of 10 recitations of my name Amitabha Buddha, then they will have the causes and conditions to be reborn at my place, at this pure land of pure eternal bliss. So this is actually very important vow from the 48 vows. So next one is, of course, of those that have this bodhi mind, or they have this mind of wanting to deliver sentient beings. If they have this body mind, they then accumulate, do all these meritorious deeds also. Then at the end of their life also they will be they will also be guided by Amitabha Buddha to this pure land. And if there is some that after listening to Amitabha's Buddha name, they continuously being mindful, mindful and reciting this name of Amitabha Buddha, and then they transfer all this merits of reciting that name, so that they aspire that they can be reborn at this pure land of Amitabha Buddha. They can also get to be reborn there with this with the means like that. And some also, if these people, they listen to Amitabha Buddha's name, and then they always think or contemplate on his all these scenarios of his land, this Buddha land, and this people, if they slowly, gradually gathered all these causes and conditions also for them to be reborn, they will also be able to be reborn at that pure land. And next up is about all this bodhisattvas, their aspirations or vows, that how they can go to these places. So this is for those bodhisattvas that are at other Buddha lands, and if they wish to go there, if these bodhisattvas go there, immediately they will at this stage of one lifetime until Buddhahood. That means if all these bodhisattvas from other pure lands, other Buddha lands, and they wish to go to this Amitabha Buddha's land, and once they reach there, they immediately achieve this state of one lifetime until Buddhahood, which in fact it will be then at a stage where they will be waiting at this Tusita heaven to be then reborn, then as the last lifetime for them to finally achieve or attain this Buddhahood, to complete this Buddhahood. So this is for the Bodhisattva that wants to go there. And then there's also another interesting point here where Fashi really liked this vow for this place, is that there's this Bodhisattva that they go there to, or beings that are there, and they've listened to these teachings of the Amitabha Buddha. And for example, Amitabha Buddha was giving teachings praising about how great is this Buddha land of the medicine Buddha, another Buddha, how well is his teachings, his giving teachings like that. You know, how great is different Buddhas. And these beings there, once they have this thought of, I want to go there and have a look, to take a look, then they'll be teleported there immediately to get to witness or see through with their own eyes maybe just now we say that this land of medicine Buddha. So these are the settings, and also there will be this flowers. This settings, because if you were to visit this other Buddha lands, it's gonna be a bit disrespectful if you go there empty-handed, right? So there's also this settings inside of this 48 vows of Amitabha Buddha. If you have this thought of going there, before you go there, immediately there will be this flower, this divine flower, being falling from from the sky, and then you can then receive it with your robes, receive it, and then when you travel or teleport to that Buddha land that you were to visit, you can then offer it to the Buddha there. And then after you've finished listening to the teachings of that Buddha at that Buddha land, and you come back, you had your meal here, then you then go for a walk at this Pure Land, and you get to, when you're walking, you get to contemplate or think back to these teachings that you were just listening at that other Buddha land, and then digesting or chewing these teachings that you have just heard. So this beings there, they all have this wisdom of what we call omniscient wisdom, or Sarvajña wisdom, all-knowing wisdom, where the Buddha's perfect wisdom, they all have this wisdom if you are reborn there. And then we mentioned the Vajranarayana body. You won't fall sick, you won't have all this sickness. And for this, all these bodhisattvas, once you heard this Amitabha Buddha's name, you will then immediately attain this realization of birthlessness. So you can always have the opportunity to be reborn at other Buddha realms after you've achieved this realization, or you are beings that you get to reborn in other Buddha lands to pay a visit. And lastly, all the Buddhas from 10 different directions all praise the name or praise this deeds that have been done by Amitabha Buddha. So this is also one thing that is very special. All Buddhas from these 10 different directions are praising Amitabha Buddha. So these are briefly these 5 different categories of these 48 vows. So to be able to reborn at this Pure Land, this Sukhavati, and there is actually the essence of this is these 3 words: faith, vow, and practice, or the emotion, this reasoning, and also the will. So Master Jisen has always also been mentioning we have when we are practicing, it's for us to deal with our issues of our emotional issues, the reasoning part, or the more intellectual part, conceptual part, and the more will part. When we heard or we listened to this all magnificent explanations or elaborations of this Amitabha Sutras, this land that Amitabha Buddha have created, when we listen to that and arise this sense of joy, that part is the emotional part, or that faith part. Then when we started to gain understanding, that's the reason part, that's the reasoning part. We start to get to know, this place is like that, and we then have this will of wanting to go to that place. So after, if there's people that after listening to this kind of descriptions, and they always praise, they always talk good words about this Buddha, Amitabha Buddha, and the land of his, and then you also learn this compassionate, this softness of this virtue that Amitabha Buddha had, and every small meritorious deed that he or she did, he will always transfer merits and then aspire to get to be reborn at this land of eternal bliss of Amitabha Buddha. If we get to be that kind of practitioner, that practice that way, then we are actually practicing this faith, vow, and practice in terms of this emotion, reason, and will. And if you notice, this is actually that is what in our 5 skandhas, this sensation, perception, and volition. Sensation is you have the sensation of joy after listening. and then perception, you start to understand, you start to perceive, and then volition, you have this volition of wanting to go. So it then has this strength or this power that will lead us to be reborn at the Sukhavati of Amitabha Buddha. Did I leave out anything?